Hello. It is August 27th, 2019, and these are your morning announcements. Good morning, everyone. I'm just heading out to work. Yes, it's a Tuesday and I'm working. This is kind of a rare thing. Well, it's getting less and less rare, to be honest with you, which is fine. It is okay. I will work when there is work to do. Because I am a trooper. What? 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 Batman. All right, here we go. Anyway, so this morning I jumped on to YouTube, saw that my very good friend Jdubb Vlogs was on doing a live stream. And oh, she's awesome. I just love this girl. That's Batman's wife. Apparently they got married. They eloped in Vegas. I had no idea. And yet he's still here riding in my car. So clearly we have an issue. I'm kidding. Anyway, so I'm watching her live stream this morning, and Jdubb, if you watch this, girlfriend, my heart goes out to you. I love you. I know you're going through some crap right now, girl. And I will do whatever I can to help you. That's all I can say. I don't know how much she has divulged about her personal situation right now, so I'm not going to go into tremendous detail. I am going to say, though, that one of her kids got themselves into trouble, and now she has a tremendous financial burden that she has to deal with. Now, I don't have any kids of my own. I've never had to deal with anything like this before. I myself have gotten into trouble, though, a couple times. Well, let's just say maybe I've gotten into trouble a lot when I was younger. I had a fiery temper, so I was always getting into fights. And I did some stupid things. I got caught shoplifting. I drove drunk and I hit a cop. I've spent some time in the back of a police car. Oh. But it was many years ago, but even before I turned 25. I got all my naughtiness out of me. Well, I got all my potentially, what's the word I'm looking for? I got the worst of what I could do out of the way before I turned 25. Let's just put it that way. But I mean, I caused financial burden on my parents too, and on myself. So, although I've never had it where I've had a child that's done this, I've done it, you know. And my godkids. I have godkids, and my godkids have gotten themselves into trouble. And almost always, when you're that age, when you're in that, 16 to 25, maybe even later for some people, age group, hormones do play a big part in what drives your bad decisions. It really does. A lot of my troubles were caused over a boy, and a lot of the bad decisions I made. So anyways, her daughter got herself into some trouble, and now there are tickets involved and all kinds of mess. So if you guys have have a couple extra dollars here or there and you can help Jdubb out, I would really appreciate it. You can look her up, Jdubb Vlogs. That's J as in Jessica, D as in David, U as in Union, B as in boy, B as in boy, Vlogs. Jdubb Vlogs. She did a live stream today. She has her PayPal information in there. You can help her out if you have the extra cash to do so. I know a lot of you don't know her from Adam, but if you're a mom or a dad and you've ever had a child that has caused you an unnecessary and very risky financial burden, maybe your empathy or sympathy will drive you to do what you can to help her out. She only has until October to rectify this situation, so anything that you guys could do would be very helpful. When I get home later, I'll drop her PayPal into the description of this video, and you know, hopefully if you guys can help, that would be fantastic. And I don't like to e-beg, but she's a single mom and she's already struggling, so any help you could give her would be very much appreciated, not only by her but by me. So please help. She also showed like a pretty interesting little app that is great. I put it on my phone. Oh, I'm videoing with my phone. Duh. Anyways, it is called Life 360. And if you have kids and they have cell phones and you want to kind of keep track where they are and what they're doing, how fast they're driving, this might be an app that you'd like to download. In Jdubb's live stream today, she described it. She shows this app, what you need to do in order to download it, how to set it up, and it seems like it's a really, really cool thing. It just allows you to track the people in your family. It would also be good, like, let's say you have an older parent or grandparent who might be at that stage in life where they're starting to forget things, or maybe they're starting to get dementia or Alzheimer's, but they're still living alone. This app, you know, you put it on their phone, and as long as they've got their phone on them, you know, you're going to be able to track where they're at and be able to find them if they get lost. So I think that that's kind of a cool thing about this too. I mean, at first glance, it might seem like this app might be a little bit intrusive, and you know, if you're trying to develop trust with your kids, you know, maybe they wouldn't like this so much. But look at all the people who are getting snatched up, especially the young girls who are getting snatched up and put into sex slaves, made, you know, or the sex trade, or raped, or just beaten up and having their purse taken. I mean, it would be nice to know where they are so that, you know, you can feel at least confident that you've got some semblance of where they are and what they're doing. So that's called Life 360. And I put it on my phone today, and I'm gonna ask my family members if they would like to participate with this with me. If they don't, I'm not gonna force it on them, of course. They're all grown people, so, and I do trust everyone in my family, so I don't have to worry about that. But, you know, I think it would be nice to know if we as a family are able to sort of keep in contact with one another via this app, to be able to show where we're at, just in case something crazy happens, you know. I mean, like the other day I was telling you guys, there was that accident on the freeway. People were literally stuck on the freeway for 4 hours, you know. And if something, you know, if one of my loved ones is in an accident, and at least I'll see where the phone's going, you know, what hospital they're going to be at, that kind of thing. So I don't know. I think it seems like it could be a good idea. So I'm going to talk to my family about it and see what they think and take it from there. I've used, on Google Maps, you can set it up so that you and someone else can see each other on Google Maps at all times. And I've used that, like when Chrissy went out to Massachusetts by herself, I was able to kind of watch where she was along the way and warn her of weather conditions and stuff like that, and of accidents or detours or whatever. From my computer, I could see what was going on and I could relay that information to her. And I think that this app kind of works about the same way. The difference is this app also shows you like what speed they're traveling at. So if you got a young person, 16, 17, they just started driving, you want to make sure that they're not, how fearless these kids are. I still speed, to be honest with you. But you could kind of take a look at what they're doing to see if they're doing something dangerous, My godson, Devante, when he was in the military, made the poor and stupid decision to drive like 100 miles an hour in his car, and it was like raining, and he ended up hydroplaning, went off the road, it spun out, he trashed his car. He was okay. He didn't break any bones. He was beat up, he had bruises, he had cuts, but he was fine. But kids, when they first get their licenses and stuff like that, they do stupid things. I did stupid things. Didn't you do stupid things? Although I have friends who are like, who never did anything stupid. I do have friends who have never done anything stupid, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? You gotta live a little. But these kids taking these big risks, driving at really high speeds and stuff, they just don't realize. I mean, they come from a video game era, right? Where you don't die, you just reset and start again. They don't realize how final death is. Death is very, very final. And it's forever. And I don't think that they have that. I guess I had the concept of death a lot sooner than most kids, just because I had experienced so much death in my family when I was young. So like early on, I understood my own mortality. It didn't stop me from doing stupid things, but I never like got into my car and drove it at like 100 miles an hour. I didn't do stuff like that. I did race a little. I still race people. That's my one ridiculous thrill in life. But it's never at speeds that would, I don't know. I never do that. I never go like 100 miles an hour. I don't do that. I'm too scared to do that because I understand that death could happen. And the older I get, the more I'm like, death could happen. And when you're young, you just don't think like that, So these kids take these risks and they do these stupid things. I mean, we all, I think, when we're teenagers, push our limits. Pushing our limits is what like helps us mature into adulthood. You have to make mistakes as a kid in order to understand how this world works. It's just that when you're taking risks that could kill you, maybe you're not thinking this through, and they don't think it through. They don't know enough to think it through most of the time. But anyways, I've talked long enough. So if you guys can help Jdubb, I would really appreciate it. She's a very good friend of mine. She's been very loyal to me. Just a really warm-hearted, amazing YouTube sister of mine. And if you can help her out, I'd really appreciate it. And if you you just don't have any extra money, please say some prayers for her. That's very helpful too. Okay? But right now her financial situation is dangerous. So if you could help her, I'd appreciate it. And I love you guys. You're the best people ever. And I hope you guys have a great day. Mwah. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.